Sober Boundaries is designed as a discussion and information sharing platform when it comes to enjoying and having success in sobriety. Welcome to Sober Boundaries. My name is Wade Davis. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe along with the bell. That way you'll be notified each time we post a new episode. Thank you very much. And welcome to a look at Relapse, Part 2. Okay, while working as a nurse, one evening I was facilitating a substance abuse group of new patients at a treatment center. Most were in treatment for the first time, so part of the class required me to calm their fears and explain expectations. Things were going just fine as each patient was required to give a brief explanation of, why they were there, their situation, and everything. Okay, so when the last patient, when it was her turn, she commented that she didn't consider her 12 years of sobriety gone, as she only had drank over the weekend, and arrogantly she said she considered it was just a slip and not a relapse. Okay, so I'm standing there and I didn't say a word. I just walked over to the board and wrote excuses. Now, you can ask yourself, how does one get to a place totally ignoring truth? What was most interesting, however, was there were two patients in the room that had been in treatment before, and they confronted her with some serious reality. The intense level of that discussion forced me to stop the group about 10 minutes early. All right. When we decide to spend our time and money on treatment, hopefully we are serious enough to understand our dreadful situation. For one, the death rate of substance abuse is no secret. This is one of the reasons we must pay attention in treatment, learning and gathering the tools to assist us in staying clean and sober and alive. Okay? If we stay focused, we will see the early signs of relapse. When the crutch of substance abuse is taken away from us, we need to learn how to manage our emotions. If we don't, tension will continue to build, and that will lead to relapse. Okay. We must always understand that after the substances have totally left our body, in other words, we withdraw and everything, maintaining sobriety is from the neck up. This means we must learn how to control and manage the uncomfortable emotions such as stress, anxiety, fear, anger. Okay, normally a regular treatment program will address and teach on the common relapse triggers. I have 2 earlier episodes dealing with basic relapse triggers, and I'll list them at the end. The intent of this episode and part 1 of the series is to address the psychology and the stages of relapse. This is most important for those who may have some clean time under their belt. Though relapse in their case can be slow and can take several weeks, even months before the actual relapse. So let's look at the 3 main stages of relapse, which are emotional, mental, and physical. Now, as I cover each stage, be sure to write down all of the symptoms, okay? Number 1, emotional. In emotional relapse, most of the time you're not thinking of using. You have become comfortable with your clean time and are starting to believe that you have arrived and have nothing to worry about. You have life all under control. Now, the basic signs of emotional relapse are isolation, mood swings, poor health habits, like not getting enough sleep, an unhealthy diet, and then not going to meetings, unexplained anger and anxiety, and not asking for help with problems. Okay, number 2, mental relapse. In mental relapse, you begin to drift away from the correct thinking that allowed you to decide to get clean and sober in the first place. The basic signs of this are glamorizing your using past, starting to hang out again with old using buddies, really, constantly telling others war stories from the past and using them as humor. And first, lying to people that are just acquaintances, and then you start lying to people in sobriety. You secretly are thinking to yourself about using, and you're planning this relapse so you won't get caught. Of course, number 3 is the actual physical relapse. This is when you lose all focus on recovery and decide to go get a drink or to call a dealer. Now, how did that woman relapse after 12 years? You may ask yourself that. Odds are she went through the emotional and mental relapse before she decided to begin the physical relapse and pick up. I will share with you 2 awesome ways to prevent the beginning stages of relapse. Okay, number 1, list all the symptoms of each stage and hang several copies of this list around your residence. And so you can see them every day. Okay? Number 2, make an agreement with 2 or more serious people that all of you will check on each other at least twice a month, face to face, not on the telephone, not on FaceTime or Zoom, but face to face. This process will benefit everyone involved. There's nothing like having folks to share issues with on a regular basis. Now, I no longer have my stages list, but I have 2 folks that I chat with on a regular basis. Fortunately, I live with one of them and she is my wife. Remember, relapse is a process that never really has to start. Remember, it's always a matter of choice. If you would like more information on relapse, I have 2 other episodes on dealing with relapse triggers. If you like the content on this channel, please hit subscribe and also hit the bell so you'll be notified of our next episode. And please post any questions or comments as we would like to hear from you. Thanks for joining us. My name is Wade Davis. Hope to see you next time. Take care.